Okay, this is just a venting session because I am in such a mood right now, and there's just certain things that I just have to get out. Because usually I'll talk to the people about it, but INFP lives indoors, works from home, no friends. So it may be sad for some people, but it's not for me. But oh my gosh, there are a lot of things that have really drive me nuts. And as I sit here eating my avocado, I'll tell you the one thing that's been on my nerves lately. It's when people put you in a bad mood and then seconds later expect you to feel fine. Like they literally project all their negativity and then they're like, oh, I feel better. You should stop feeling that way now. We're done. We're done with that vibe. Like, bitch, I was fine. And then you came over here with your bad negative energy. And then now you're looking at me like I'm crazy because now you've made my mood bad. The fuck? Like, does this annoy anybody else? Maybe other people are okay with it, but I'm an INFP. And I don't know if it's just my hypersensitivity or something. Like, I could get it if you're upset, but like if we're supposed to be doing something together and, I'm in a good mood and you're frustrated because there are humps in the road because we're trying to get this thing done, like if we're trying to play a video game or something and it's not downloading or not doing something. When I'm playing with my other friends, we always had that issue. And you know what? It's not a big deal. You don't even feel the time go by because we're like, okay, we'll figure this. Then we jump from the next thing. When you're doing this with like ENFPs and ESFPs, they don't care. They never get frustrated. They always look on the bright side. But for some reason, when you're doing it with an INTJ, oh my God, it's like the whole world is ending. Like, it just makes you kind of feel like you're a burden and like you don't even want to do anything anymore. You don't want to play anymore. At that point, I'm done because you've ruined the whole mood. And then when you get upset, then they feel better because they're like, oh no, it's not that bad. Really? Then why were you throwing a tantrum? Seriously, do people not think like when they're around other people how your energy affects other people? I'm always thinking of that. Not always thinking of it by default. I do things to make me happy, but I affect people with my energy and they're always positively affected by it. But for some reason, the people that are attracted to that are the kinds of people who just suck all of my energy and just drown me in their negativity. I don't know what it is. And I try to get away from those people. Kind of hard to do that when you're best friends with one of those people, when one of those people is your family members or your partner. It's hyper frustrating. And I know it's a part of life and you're an adult and you're supposed to deal with it, but holy shit, man. This is why INFPs ghost people sometimes. This is why sometimes we need to get away because we're literally doing it for our mental health. We're literally doing it because our little fire inside of us, you're smothering it. And that's why we need to go out and be away from people for a while and just say no to human beings altogether for a long time. Because, our mental health is important. Our emotional health is important. And it really, really bogs me down when I'm feeling great and somebody comes in here with their bad fucking attitude that is not warranted and they make me upset and then wonder why I don't feel better. Like my mom used to do it. She's an INFJ. She used to do that. She used to come in my room and, and I would invite it because I wanted her to have someone to talk to. But some of the things that she would come to me about, like, and the way she would do it, like, oh, when I was growing up, I would make the place spotless for my mother because I loved her and I feel like you kids don't love me and it just makes me feel like I want to die sometimes. And that was a thing I had to grow up with and I just wanted to get away from her, but I couldn't because she's my mother. Furthermore, if I walked away from her, I would get a backhand to the back of my skull and I would wake up in a coma 3 years later, or out of a coma 3 years later. Caribbean parents. So I get it. But that drives me nuts. And that is the quickest way to get us to close off from people. Because I have cut off friends that were overly negative. I've cut them off. I think I've told a story before of one of my friends or associates that was latched on to me and decided to be my friend. And she was so negative all the time. And one day I just stopped being friends with her because I'm like, I can't take this shit. Get the fuck out of my house. And she just could not understand that I was kicking her out. And I was like, yes, bitch. You literally came over to my house uninvited, by the way, which I hate. And I told you I didn't like. And got upset with me because I was watching Animal Planet in my own motherfucking house. And because I was happy. And I quote, she said, why don't you watch the news? The world's not happy all the time. When I'm literally in my safe space, I hate using that word, but I'm literally in my peace of mind area, living in a house with a freaking narcissistic mother who happened to be at work or sleeping at the time, which were the best times of my life where I could get some peace. And then here I have you, who you claim to be my friend, getting upset with me for being happy and watching Animal Planet, that is literally the only time out of my fucking existence living there where I could feel happy and at peace. No, I don't do the whole negative thing. And if it's a situation where I can't get away from the person, like my parent or my partner or freaking neighbors next door that think that they're never wrong, and for some reason everybody else hates them because of the color of their skin, but it can't possibly be that they're blasting their music at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning when everyone's supposed to be sleeping. Can't possibly be that. Yeah, that makes me feel a kind of way. And in situations I can't get away from, I have to go somewhere else. I have to either go in my parallel worlds in my mind, listen to my music, listen to creepypastas, listen to stories, or whatever it is. But yeah, that shit's annoying.